All right, you probably already know at least a little about credit cards, but doing the research to look through the freaking hundreds of cards out there is a pain in the polio. So I did it for you to save you time. We're gonna go through the 5 best credit cards, and each one is going to appeal to a different type of person. So make sure you watch all the way through. Okay, so real quick, before we get into that top 5 list, if you don't know why you should get a credit card, this is why. Now, if you're like me, I grew up as a saver's mindset, and I always felt like a debit card feels right because there's no debt. It's the same kind of mindset a lot of people have. They prefer to stuff money under the mattress at home. They hate the idea of being in debt, but there's an important difference because there are 2 types of credit card people. One, there's complete idiots who use credit cards to buy stuff they can't afford, and then they suffer massive 20% or more freaking interest rates that absolutely crush their life and then eventually crush their soul into a deep spiraling depression. Then there's type number 2, people who use their credit cards basically like cash in hand. They pay off their balance monthly, so they're never actually in debt, but they leverage those credit cards to get the rewards, the cash back, they earn free money, and they build credit. That's a really important thing. We're all about earning extra money here on this channel, so you're probably a person number 2, or at least I hope you are. Okay, so when it comes to looking at, all the credit cards to find this top 5 list, what are we looking for? 1, no annual fee. We don't want to pay a giant freaking fee. Some of these credit cards have $550 annual fees. It's ridiculous. And 2, we're looking for the best cashback or reward systems. So that's basically it, and we found them. Okay, are you ready to get started? So much stuff I had to say before I get started. Number 1, this is the best one for newbies. People who don't have a credit card, maybe don't have, credit score that's really high, all that kind of stuff. Maybe it's your first time and you've been denied on some of the bigger ones. This one is called the Pedal One credit card. Okay, so first off, it doesn't have an annual fee. That's a huge bonus right there. It has a $500 to $5,000 credit limit, which is pretty low end. It's a pretty small amount of credit limit. But again, if this is your first card, that can be a great way to build up credit and also basically make it so that you can eventually get better or bigger credit cards with bigger rewards and also bigger credit limits. Another really cool thing for newbies is that you get a credit limit increase in 6 months if you've been using the credit card and also are paying on time. So you might start really small and you might basically just use it for like 1 or 2 gas purchases a month, but eventually they'll raise the limit and that basically is just going to give you more room to grow your rewards cash back, but also your credit score. Okay, so here's another reason I think this is a really good card for newbies. If you don't yet have a credit score, or if it's been really hard to get your first card, they use a cash score. And the cash score basically means that they look at your previous bank statements and see what your history has been. And if it looks pretty good, they'll issue you the card without you needing to have a fantastic credit score in the first place. And then finally, what we all really want to know, what are the rewards like? They do a 2% to 10% cash back from select merchants with basically rotating categories, so those change throughout the year, as long as you share your location with them. That's kind of weird. Some people might think that's pretty weird. I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist. Who cares? Like, what? You gonna see me go to the gym and see me go to the grocery store? What are you gonna do? Like, it's not gonna matter that much to me. So I think it's worth it. You can get up to 10% cash back. That's better than most cards will give you. Almost all cards will give you. Okay, moving on to our second card, and this, in my opinion, is the best overall rewards card with a caveat because there's another one coming soon, but this one's called City Custom Cash Card. This, again, has a $0 annual fee, and you, with their introductory offer when you first open it up, you earn $200 in cash back after you spend $750 within the first 3 months of opening the credit card. So that's a pretty good introductory offer. Next up, though, they give you 5% cash back on purchases in your top eligible spend category each billing cycle, so each month, up to the first $500 spent. So 5% of $500 is $25. And then after you hit that limit, you get 1% cash back on that thereafter. So what that actually means is basically of all the categories, the one that you spend the most money on, so maybe that's for you groceries, or maybe for you it's gas, whatever, the one that you spend the most on, they'll give you 5% back on the money you spend in that category each month, up to you spending $500 in that category. Then, you spend $600 or $700, whatever, the other parts of it will only be giving you 1% cash back. So this is good for people who use their credit card pretty casually. You aren't making like fatty $5,000 purchases, on Amazon with it or something like that. You're using this more for groceries and gas and things like that. Also with this card, like a lot of cards, those categories that you can earn the big cash back on, the 5% on, those rotate and change every single billing cycle. But with a lot of the other cards, you have to go online and you basically basically have to activate the category, which can be kind of annoying if you forget to do it. You just basically don't get those rewards. This one just automatically adjusts. So if this month it's 5% back on, you know, whatever, groceries or Amazon purchases or Uber rides or whatever, it'll just automatically apply it to your account. You don't have to go on and activate it. Okay, so now the third card on this list, this is the best rewards card in my opinion, but with a bigger cap. So if the last one I was just talking about sounds good, but you generally spend a lot more money than that, you wouldn't want to use that because you get capped out at $500 a month in, you know, the amount you can spend to get rewards on. This one has a much bigger cap, so you can make a lot more back. So this card, of course, has a $0 annual fee, very important. So this one has 5% cashback categories. These rotate every quarter, so it'll be in, you know, categories such as groceries or hotels or restaurants or gas. You will have to pay attention because you have to activate the category. So that's the one thing that kind of is annoying with this, is you have to keep up to date. Maybe right now they're offering you 5% back on groceries, and then, you know, they change over to restaurants. If you aren't paying attention, then you just keep spending money on the groceries thinking you're getting 5% back, and you didn't go online and activate it, you're not getting that cash back. So you have to stay on top of it. You have to go on the website or the app and activate that category. But other than that, it's pretty great getting 5% cash back. The other really cool thing about this card is that their introductory offer is that for the first year, you get all of your cash back matched. So whatever 5% you earn, you know, back throughout the whole year for that first 12 months, they're gonna basically double that for you. And that can end up being a lot if you do end up spending a lot with your credit card. Now the fourth card, this one I think maybe some people are gonna be annoyed with, but it's the Apple credit card. And yeah, I can hear a lot of people sighing, but there's no annual fee. I think that's pretty cool. It's easy to apply. So a lot of people, you know, don't wanna go through the application process, or it's just really hard to get accepted. One caveat is you do have to have an iPhone. Period. So if you don't have an iPhone, you just skip this one. But they give you some pretty cool rewards. If you do buy Apple products pretty often, then this one can be pretty good for you. It gives you 2% cash back on anything where you're using Apple Pay on your iPhone. So you're just gonna load the credit card to your iPhone on Apple Pay, and then just basically tap your phone on stuff, and you're gonna get 2% cash back on anything where they accept that. And then they also have kind of like this bonus category where they have select merchants that kind of come and go, where they give you 3% back. And so some of like the more popular ones on there is like Uber and Uber Eats. So if you use that, and also you would want to look through the section to kind of see everything else. If you use those pretty often, that can be pretty worth it. Also, this might be cool, might be kind of stupid selling point, but it's titanium. Some people think it's pretty cool to like whip it out and slap it against the table and it makes a metal clanking noise. I don't think it matters that much, but some people do. And finally, my fifth favorite card, I really like this one personally. I'm on the wait list for it. Hopefully they approve me soon. This is the best crypto card. This is the Visa BlockFi crypto credit card. Again, this has no annual fee, but the cool thing about this one is you earn 1.5% back on your purchases, but in Bitcoin. So you go buy groceries or gas or whatever, it's gonna give you 1.5% back immediately, but it's gonna be in Bitcoin. I think you can choose other cryptos as well, and it's gonna deposit directly into your BlockFi account. So over time, this is a cool way to just stack up crypto, kind of dollar cost average, even though it's not gonna end up being that much. But the important thing is that it immediately does it so that, you know, in a year from now or 5 years from now, you know, in my opinion, Bitcoin 5 or 10x's, you're really earning 10% back or 15% back on your purchases. Another reward tier in this credit card is that you earn 2% back in Bitcoin on every purchase over the $50,000 annual spend. That's cool, but like, I don't know how many people are really using $50,000 of credit. I don't know, but hey, it's there. And finally, for their introductory offer, you earned 3.5% back in Bitcoin during the first 3 months of card ownership, up to $5,000 total spent, which is roughly around $100 in rewards. So that's just for the first 3 months. But, you know, that's kind of cool as well. You get $100 in Bitcoin. That's pretty awesome. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 picks, at least for 2021. I'll, of course, update as we move forward and there's new rewards that come out and stuff like that. If you aren't using credit card, it's a really good way to leverage the purchases you're already making to build your credit and also to get some rewards back. And the cards that you choose can change the amount that you actually earn back. And it can end up, you know, buying you free tickets to places or giving you just straight cash back or giving you Bitcoin, all sorts of really cool stuff. It's just about being smart and never use a freaking credit card to go into debt. Only use a credit card to Basically buy what you would have already bought with cash or a debit card and then just pay it off before the end of the month. That's a major key tip right there. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite credit card is, because I know there's a lot of them with a lot of different rewards. Put them in the comments below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to learn about how to make money, because that's what this channel is all about. And oh yeah, sign up for BlockFi to earn interest on the crypto that you're already holding. You can use my BlockFi link to earn up to $250 with your first deposit. Check it out. The link is in the description below. And with that, I will see you sexy people in the very next video. Peace.